Many people think virtual reality is a new idea. It seems very futuristic. But VR is older than you might think. The first VR-like experiences were made long ago. We're talking about the 1950s. That's before even video games existed. In 1957, a man named Morton Heilig built a machine called the Sensorama. It was like a big arcade game, but it wasn't just a screen. The Sensorama engaged all your senses. You could experience riding a motorcycle through New York City with wind blowing in your face and the smell of pizza in the air. This was a very early form of VR. It showed that people were already thinking about how to create immersive experiences. Heilig's invention was a sign of things to come. It showed that the desire to escape into other worlds was not new. The Sensorama was a hint of a future filled with virtual possibilities. Before we had the technology, people dreamed about virtual reality. Writers and artists imagined worlds we could step into. In literature, authors created detailed fictional universes. These stories explored the idea of simulated experiences. One example is the science fiction novel Neuromancer by William Gibson. Published in 1984, it described a cyberspace that people could enter using technology. This book was very influential. It inspired many people thinking about virtual reality. It showed how technology could change how we experience the world. These early visions were important. They got people excited about the potential of VR. They showed that the human imagination was ready for virtual worlds, even if the technology wasn't quite there yet. After the Sensorama, inventors kept experimenting. They wanted to create better ways to immerse people in virtual environments. One important step was the development of head-mounted displays. These are the headsets we use for VR today. In the 1960s, Sutherland created the first HMD. It was called the Sword of Damocles because it was so heavy. The headset was attached to a large machine. It couldn't create very complex graphics, but it was a major breakthrough. It showed that it was possible to create a more personal and immersive VR experience. Over time, HMDs became lighter and more powerful. The graphics became more realistic. This progress was driven by advances in computer technology. As computers became faster and smaller, VR became more sophisticated. The clunky headsets of the past evolved into the sleeker, more comfortable devices we use today. Key moments in VR history. The development of VR has been marked by key milestones. Each one pushed the technology forward. They brought us closer to today's immersive experiences. VCPL Research, founded in 1984, created the Data Glove, tracking hand movements. It allowed natural interaction in virtual environments. The Nintendo Virtual Boy in 1995. The first affordable home VR console, but not successful. Oculus Rift in 2012, more advanced, offering a truly immersive experience. It marked a turning point, sparking renewed interest, leading to the headsets we use today. Section 5, VR today, more than just games. Today, VR is used for much more than just games. It has applications in many fields, including education, healthcare, and engineering. In education, VR can transport students to different times and places. They can explore ancient Rome or the Amazon rainforest without leaving the classroom. This makes learning more engaging and memorable. Surgeons can use VR to practice complex procedures. This helps them improve their skills and reduce risks for patients. VR can also be used to treat phobias and PTSD by creating safe, controlled environments for exposure therapy. Architects and engineers use VR to visualize their designs in 3D. This helps them identify potential problems and improve their creations before they are built. VR is also being used to create virtual prototypes of products, saving time and money in the design process. VR's potential. VR is still a young technology. It can revolutionize our lives. As technology improves, expect incredible VR experiences. Imagine attending a concert or sporting event from your living room, or traveling the world without leaving home. VR offers endless possibilities. It could transform work and learning. Imagine collaborating in a virtual office or attending lectures by experts without traveling. The future of VR is full of possibilities. As VR becomes more accessible, it will change how we live and interact. The journey into virtual reality has just begun.